Hi, we are Starship Trackers, and we're here to give you an update on Milestone 2 of our Orbital project, Stellar. To recap our project, our game is an asymmetrical, online multiplayer game with two distinct and separate roles, a pilot and a technician. The aim of the game is for both of them to explore as much of the galaxy as they can by working together. The pilot's gameplay is like a top down classic shooter. Move the ship around, shoot, collect upgrades, and defeat enemies and explore the galaxy. Behind the scenes, however, the technician is hard at work. They have to support the pilot by reloading ammo, installing the upgrades that the pilot collects on his journey, and repairing the damage that the pilot sustains by completing some small minigames. If you've played Among Us, these are something like the tasks you do. So, here's what we've done so far for Milestone 2. By the end of Milestone 1, we had set up the two separate scenes for the pilot and technician and implemented a bare bones gameplay like moving, shooting, and interacting through an event system we created ourselves to facilitate future netcode for our multiplayer functionality. In Milestone 2, we've then focused on further fleshing out the architecture and network functionality of our game. With this, most of the backend features for our game were completed during Milestone 2. We set up the Photon server and implemented lobby creation and joining for easy matchmaking between the two players. We also wrote out most of our networking code that our game will run on and finished how our game will handle multiplayer by improving our existing event system to work over the network. With all this in place, we could finally move on to implement the more interesting gameplay features. We created some simple technician minigames, as well as the first pilot technician interaction through a small ammo related reloading minigame. Let's now hop into the game and we'll show off what we've done. Alright, now let's show off what we have so far for our current build of the game, Stella. So as you can see, when you start up the game, you get sent to this lobby creation screen is where our player 1 and player 2 can join each other's lobby. So before you can join a lobby, you have to create one first. If you try to join a lobby that does not exist, obviously you can't. So you have to create a lobby first. Let's call it ASDF. And in order for player 2 to join player 1's lobby, you just have to key in the same lobby code and join. This is a role selection screen. Each player will choose their role. Obviously, you can't choose the same role, so let's say player 1 chooses pilot, and yeah, player 2 will be left to choose technician. And now we hop into the game. So as you can see, I am the pilot on player 1's side. I move around. When enemy spawns, I shoot them with my bullets. Shoot, shoot, shoot. Oh no! It looks like I'm out of ammo. What am I gonna do? Oh, that's where the technician comes in. The technician can refill the pilot's ammo through this minigame, the ammo reload minigame. As you can see, it's reminiscent of DDR. You just tap the bullets as they come in to try. And it looks like, yeah, I managed to reload 34 ammo. Let's try to reload a little more. I'm not the best at this. Yeah, so I've reloaded some ammo for my pilot, so I have more ammo to shoot with. And yeah, that's just one of the pilot technician interactions we've implemented so far. Of course, we plan to implement more. One thing that with another minigame that I've already made for the technician, for example, is this a cipher minigame that will help the technician install upgrades for the pilot. Basically, the pilot will find a blueprint, which will unlock the cipher minigame, and the technician will play it to decode the blueprint, and then he can decide which upgrade he can then install for the pilot. Let's give it a look. It's a simple typing minigame. I'm not the best at typing. Let's see if I can solve all the ciphers in time. PUQDOLKNMGEZAINT. Yay, I managed to get time. Let's just do a few extra. Yeah, and that would allow, yeah, this mini game will allow the technician to install an upgrade for the pilot. So that's all we have on the gameplay front for Milestone 2. We hope by Milestone 3 we'll have a lot more gameplay in store. So, what is next for Milestone 3? In Milestone 3, since we've done most of the back end for our project already, we plan on finally adding the meat of our gameplay. First on the list, of course, would be to add enemies and hazards. Right now, there's no defeat state and threats for our pilot and technician to face, so enemies and hazards will add to that challenge for our players. Then, we will fully flesh out the pilot and technician gameplay loop, how they will reach new galaxies, what upgrades and weapon types the pilot and technician can use and install, etc. You can see most of the planned features described in our team's README on our team's Orbital page. Finally, we'll add all the bells and whistles that come with any game: UIs, menus, settings, changing the keybinds, and giving life to our game through audio and animations. With this, by the end of the Orbital, we hope we will have a small but fun game that everyone will be able to enjoy by the end of Milestone 3. Thank you for tuning in to Starship Trekker's Milestone 2 update. We hope you continue to follow our project and see where we go next. And as always, safe travels in the blackest sea.